For more on how the Republican presidential primary is shaping up, we turn to Niall Stanage now, White House columnist with our partner, The Hill. Niall, thanks for being here.
Good to be here, Natasha.
So as you just heard from Joe, the Trump campaign is reporting more than $15 million in donations since the news of the indictment broke. How long will that number continue to rise? And will there be more if there is a trial?
I'm not sure if it will continue to rise, but it certainly has a chance of continuing on at the same cadence. There is no question that the indictment of former President Trump created a rallying around effect from his supporters. And we see that in opinion polls for the Republican primary, and we see that in donations. Now, again, you and I have often spoken about this, Natasha. One has to clearly disentangle the Republican base and the Trump base on one hand from the general population, from the electorate in a presidential election. There, I think, former President Trump's troubles play in a very different way.
And as has been the case in many election cycles, abortion is a key topic among voters. We were talking about Governor DeSantis recently signing into Florida law that 6-week abortion ban. And Niall, I know you recently wrote that the Republican Party needs to be careful in how it approaches the abortion issue. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, there's a growing body of evidence that the Republican Party's positions on abortion are too hardline for the electorate. We have seen, for example, a disappointing performance by Republicans in last November's midterms. On that very day, there were 5 ballot initiatives, and the Liberal side won all of them, including in conservative states like Kentucky and Montana. Just recently, we had a race for the Wisconsin Supreme Court, a very expensive race, which the Liberal candidate won. That race had abortion as a central issue. So there's all these empirical points of data showing that Republicans are out of step with the general population on this. But obviously, Governor DeSantis and others are still pursuing that hard line for their own different reasons. How
will the 6-week abortion ban likely affect DeSantis's chances in the GOP nomination? And if he does win that, how will it affect the general election for him?
For the GOP nomination, I don't think it's a liability for him to have signed this bill. I mean, the Republican primary, by its nature, not only attracts voters from that party, but attracts the most active, most impassioned voters. And those people tend, broadly speaking, to have very conservative views on abortion. Now, then you get into the general election, if DeSantis were to be the nominee, and you're in a scenario where most polls have around about 60% of Americans believing that abortion should be legal in all or most cases, and 40% believe in the opposite. A 60-40 split against your position is a very dangerous political position to be in.
With the time we have left, Senator Tim Scott says that he's looking into a potential White House run. And meanwhile, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is saying he is out of the race. Do you think Senator Scott will join the field? And if so, what are his chances at this time?
I think he will join. You don't generally launch an exploratory committee unless you're fairly certain you will get in. Tim Scott is well liked across the aisle in the Senate. He is somebody who obviously, well, he's the only black Republican in the Senate, and he is seeking, I think, to position himself as a very conservative figure, but one who could appeal beyond the party base. It'll be difficult for him to get past Trump and DeSantis, but he's definitely an intriguing candidate if he gets in.
Okay, Niall Stanage, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.